Home dogs, I was hoping I would never have to make a video like this, but I have just experienced an incident on my university Zoom call that I don't think the heads of department are going to take seriously, that I know the higher-ups will not take seriously, but I hope to elevate, so I give the information unto you, the people. So please listen, and I hope you can understand my story. So it began a normal day. I am a pretty well-behaved student, and this was the screenwriting class. I really rather like this class. I like the teacher, and I like my fellow students. My grades so far aren't bad. They're not amazing or anything, but they're not bad. And today we had an exercise to do that we would go off in groups of 2, and we would write a script based upon a prompt. Just a short 3-4 page script based upon just a little situation. And the way the teacher, let's call him Mr. Non-Compliance, as I don't want to disclose any personal information about the guy, provided he doesn't make me escalate this any further. The way he issued these prompts was he would pull them out of a hat. The hat was a little sort of Trilby-style hat made out of a sort of woven material. So I didn't want to be disruptive. I waited for a point where things were getting quiet, and I say to him, would you put on that hat? And he says, well, no, I've got to pick the prompts from there. They're already inside the hat, so I can't put it on right now. And I was like, well, fair enough. That's fine. Fully understood. You are a rational man. I am a rational man, so I fully understand your reasoning right about now. That's fine. But here's where things got a bit darker. So we were off in our groups, and my group was the last group to get a prompt. And he comes over, and he says, okay, so here's your prompt, and reads it out to us, pulls it out of the hat. And so I say, now that the prompts are all read out, do you reckon you could put on the hat for me? And he says, why do you want me to put on this hat? I was like, it's a nice hat. I would like to see how the hat looks on you. He laughs and he starts to change the subject. And anyway, we've prepared our script, and he asks me, will I read my end of the script in a funny voice like I usually do? And I said, okay, I'll make you a little leverage here. I'll make you a little wager, a little deal. If I read this in a funny, comedic, humorous voice, will you put on the hat? And he's laughing, and I'm like, I don't know where the joke is. I'm glad you find this funny, Mr. Non-Compliance. But personally, right now, I'm just waiting to see if you will agree to this very simple task. And he just says, money talks, and he goes back. He leaves us back in our breakout rooms. And I'm like, okay, that's a little strange, but I'm willing to make the offer. I would really like to see how this hat looks on him. So the time is up on the tasks. We're all back in the main place. We reconvene after the breakout room. And I just say to him, so, the task is over, will you please wear the hats? And he says, we're not doing this. And I just say, okay, look, you said money talks, do you have a PayPal? If so, what is it? And he's like, I would charge you £50,000 for me to put on the hat. I was like, listen, Mr. Non-Compliance, you're aware I'm a student. Money is, scarce for me. I do not have that kind of money readily available, but maybe we can come to some other kind of agreement, like less than that and maybe on some kind of payment plan. And he says, no, I'm not going to wear the hat. So I just say at this point, listen, I understand that this situation is a difficult one. I understand that it's not ideal for you teaching in this method. When you signed up to the job as a university lecturer, you probably thought you were going to be inspiring an audience of students face to face with your subjects and your speeches, doing this all in a big lecture theatre, Mr. Non-Compliance. I understand that switching to this method, especially when people like me who suffer from anxiety do not switch their webcams on, it's not an easy task. I respect that. I'm gonna level with you here, so I understand. But all I'm asking right now is, can you please put on that nice hat? Because even just for a second, like, if you don't, there is a chance that I could fall into a chronic depression, and I understand that this university does take mental health relatively seriously, you understand. He laughs at this, but I'm not laughing. I say to him, listen, I don't want it to come to this, but you're leaving me no choice. If you do not put on that delightful hat, I'm going to have to cancel you on twitter.com. Now here's the thing, I haven't been disruptive. This was a 2-hour seminar, okay? So this really didn't take up much time. This didn't distract from the other students' experiences. And I will assume that they probably share my wish. They probably share that, because it's a nice little hat. And he's a nice fella, and I think it would really suit him if he put on that hat even just for a brief moment. It wasn't something where I was going to screenshot it or post any pictures online. I've got some form of integrity within me here. But personally, I just feel insulted, I feel attacked, I feel discriminated against. And I don't think that this kind of behavior, this absolute gross misconduct, this utter instance of total non-compliance should stand. And I won't let it. So, guys, after all I've been through today, can I get some pity subs? And maybe because you really do feel for me and you feel strongly about this as I do, check out the link in the description below for different ways of supporting this channel, because it seems those tuition fees are just going nowhere. Thank you for understanding, guys, and please, stay safe out there.